Luke chapter 8, verse 17. For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither is anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad. Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High's unbegotten Son, called Layum La Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone who rule well, while Barakatham to the full elect. Alright, now today is going to be a lesson going into everybody eating the fruit of their own doings, man. Alright, because we're coming to that time, man. Everybody who chose to fear the Lord and do His will, you know, they're gonna make it, man. They're gonna be delivered. They're gonna have the angels encamped around about them to deliver them from famine and death, and all these plagues the Lord's gonna bring on this place. All those things created for the wicked are gonna come towards the ones who were fearing the Lord and doing His will. Alright, they're not gonna suffer as an evildoer, according to the scriptures, man. Alright. Let's get this in Sirach before we get to the point. This is Sirach, known as Ecclesiasticus chapter 15, verse 16. It reads, as a matter of fact, let's get to 15 verse. It says, if thou wilt to keep the commandments and perform acceptable faithfulness, alright, which is you doing the Lord's will, fear Him. It says, He has set fire and water before thee. Stretch forth thy hand unto whither thou wilt. So everybody has a choice, man. Either you fear the Lord or you die. Alright, if you truly haven't been doing His will and being sincere, then guess what? It's going to be shown. You're not going to reap those benefits of being a servant because you weren't serving Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai. He wasn't fearing Him and keeping His commandments. So that's going to be shown to the ones who really have. They're going to reap those benefits of being a servant or doing the will of the Lord. It says, before a man is life and death. It's either you fear the Lord and do His will and live, or you die. And whether Him liketh shall be given him. So whichever way you choose, what's going to be given. Alright? And if you choose wrongly, it's going to be made manifest. It's going to show. Alright? Well, let's get it again, man. Let's go back to the same chapter, Luke chapter 8, and I'm going to read verse 16 and 17. It says, no man, when he hath lighted a candle, covereth it with a vessel, or put it under the bed, but setteth it on a candlestick, that they may enter in and may see the light. Alright? It says, so, you know, it was going into a lot of the things that'll sift people away, the ones that aren't built on a solid foundation, on Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai. How they'll be weeded away and all that stuff. Guess what? It shows, because eventually the Lord has set up where they fall out. You know? Because everything that people do is being made manifest. Like when you have a camp that goes off on something, it quickly gets out there. Because nothing is hid that shall not be made manifest. So a lot of people think they can lie in their secret sins. Let's get that real quick. Secret sins. This is where we're sorry. Chapter 17, verse 3, it says, for while they supposed to lie hid in their secret sins, secret transgression of the law, they were scattered under a dark veil of forgetfulness, being horribly astonished and troubled with strange apparitions of ghost-like figures and stuff, man. Alright? And that's happened already. It's going to happen again. Okay? And these people who did it for the Lord, they're not going to have the hedge of protection around them. That wrath is going to be coming their way. They're not going to be hid from the wrath. This is Zephaniah chapter 1, verse 12. And it shall come, and it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles, talking about the nation of Israel. It says, and punish the men that are settled on their lees, that will not say in their heart, Yahweh will not do good, neither will He do evil. Alright? It says He's going to search Jerusalem with a candlestick and look at their works. Alright? Every man is going to receive a reward according to his works, whether it be good or bad. So if all you do is reap after the flesh, And so after the flesh, then you're gonna eat the fruit of your own doings. Cause that's death. That's carnal. So you're gonna reap that carnal result. Because you chose not to follow after the spirit. You chose to walk in the flesh. Fulfill the lust of the flesh. This is Revelation chapter 3, verse 15. I know thy works, and that thou art neither cold nor hot. I would thou wert cold or hot. So Lord basically said either choose black or white. Don't be trying to be in between, trying to half-ass, halfway do stuff. Because guess what? It's not going to last long. The Lord going to make manifest show. It says, so then because thou art lukewarm and neither cold nor hot. So you're in between. You're not fully rooted for Yahweh Shem Shai. So you fully rooted for him or not. Okay, let's keep reading. It says, so then because thou art lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth. So guess what? Eventually, the Lord's going to get rid of a lot of you Israelites who aren't being serious, who aren't taking this thing seriously, man. All right, who's sitting around behind closed doors doing all types of wickedness and playing games, probably agents and stuff. But guess what? It's going to be shown eventually, man. So you can't hide from Yahweh Shem Shai. He will bring his judgment upon you if you don't repent and start fearing the Lord. Let's read. This is Luke chapter 13, verse 24. Strive to enter in at the straight gate. That's the way to salvation. You know, the straight gate is significant for that hard path, the suffering, the struggling, man, being built up. That adversity. It says, I say unto you, we seek to enter in. So many want to go through the straight gate. It says, shall not be able. Because the Lord's elect is only one of the ones that make it to that gate. It says in the 20th verse, when once the master of the house is risen up, and he hath shut the door, and you begin to stand without, and to knock at the door, saying, Lord, Lord, open unto us. And he shall answer and say unto you, I know you not whence ye are. Alright. And it eventually goes on to the part where they said, Lord, Lord. So people are going to be trying to call on Yahweh Shem Shai, but guess what? You didn't do his will. You wasn't right. So guess what? The Lord, you won't be no servant. So the Lord ain't going to come through for you. This is 2 Corinthians 9 verse 6. This is a scripture going into that. But this I say, he which soweth sparingly shall reap also sparingly. So if you have acid with this truth, putting other things before it, then you're going to eat the fruit of your own doings. It says, and he which soweth bountifully shall reap also bountifully. Alright? So if you've been making this truth your habitation, doing the Lord's will to the best of your ability, fearing him and keeping his commandments, then guess what? The Lord is going to allow you to reap those benefits from being a servant. Alright? But you got to keep going until the end. It says he that endureth until the end, the same shall be saved. So through all this hell we're catching, all the tribulation, you got to endure to the end. And remember the prophecies and keep believing on his book until the end. All right. Let's read. This is 2 Esdras chapter 2, verse 26. As for the servants whom I have given thee, there shall not one of them perish, for I will require them from among thy number, the servants, man. All right. It says, be not weary, for the day of trouble and heaviness cometh. Alright, so when Jacob's trouble, that great tribulation cometh, what? Others shall weep and be sorrowful. So they're in the house of mirth and they're enjoying themselves right now. But once the Lord brings his hell and these plagues, all these things created for the wicked, they're not going to be enjoying themselves no more. It says, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance. And that's speaking of according to the servants, man. Alright, the people who've been doing the will of Yahweh Shem Shai. That's who's going to be merry and have abundance. That's who's going to be required from his number. From that judgment. Had that seal, that Ezekiel the 9th chapter, that spiritual mark. Alright, lastly, let's get this. This is Isaiah 65 verse 13. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Alright, his servants. And the servants are going to reap those benefits come short, man. It says, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Alright, so his servants are going to be taken care of. It says, behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. All right, because the Lord's getting ready to last is get this actually second address, but yeah, Lord's starting to allow his servants to, he's allowing them. Let's see, it's like I lost train of thought. Well, basically, right now the servants are catching this hell, and they're being built up right now for them to grow. Get that critical growth and get their mind all the way right and circumcised for when Jacob's trouble started, to where they can keep the faith on Yahweh Shem Shah, and he can bring, all he's gonna bring all those miracles for them, and have them just making it through this tough time we're coming into in Jacob's trouble. But lastly, this is 2nd Esdras 16 verse 73. Then they shall be known who are my chosen. So all these camps who are teaching false doctrine and stuff, it's going to be shown who are his chosen, who's group with the real truth, man. It says, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. So we're getting tried every day, built up. But anyway, just put his lesson, man. Nothing hid that shall not be made manifest. All right. Oh wait, one more scripture. Matter of fact, I should have got this earlier. Ended off with Galatians. This is Galatians 6 verse 7. Be not deceived, Yahweh is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. So if somebody wasn't being a servant, then guess what they're gonna eat? They're gonna eat the fruit of their own doings. They're gonna get that wrath. Now, if somebody was fearing the Lord, he's gonna have the angels encamped around about them, and they're gonna be taken care of through famine, death, and all those things, man. All right, so it's gonna be shown who are the Lord's chosen, who's of the elect, and who isn't, man. It's a matter of time. But anyways, that's all I got. Lord wills edifying. Until next time, shalom.